men would say, but I have a mother who knows how to pray. There may be some things I'll miss in my youth, but I have a father who stands for the truth. I have a goodly heritage. I'm blessed with things you can't see. I have a goodly heritage, and that is worth far more to me. If in the future my parents pass on to dwell in that city we've come to call home, they may not leave me the wealth of this world, but I will inherit my God and His word. I have a goodly heritage. I'm blessed with things you can't see. I have a goodly heritage, and that is worth far more to me. Yes, that is worth far more to me. Far more to me. It's through the blood. That's all I have to plead. It's through the blood that Jesus shed for me, not by works of mine own righteousness, for filthy rags are they, but because of that old rugged tree Jesus died upon dark Calvary. That is my only plea. It's through the blood. When I think of heaven and all the sights I'll see, the walls of jasper, gates of pearl, the clear and golden street, why should I be present? Why should I enter in? After all the sinful living and the wicked one I've been, in the presence of Jehovah, as I stand before God's throne, the accuser of the brethren starts to read the things I've done. When I hear the awful charges, one question fills my mind. Why should I not be put in hell to suffer for all time? It's through the blood. That's all I have to plead. It's through the blood that Jesus shed for me, not by works of mine own righteousness, for filthy rags are they, but because of that old rugged tree Jesus died upon dark Calvary. That is my only plea. It's through the blood. When I'm walking through a valley and it seems there's no way out, the winds of sorrow threaten me and they turn my world around. That's when I look to Jesus and the price He paid for me. I will lift my voice in praise to Him and shout the victory. It's not by works of mine own righteousness, for filthy rags are they, but because of that old rugged tree, Jesus died upon dark Calvary. That is my only plea, it's through the blood.
That wasn't too nerve-wracking, was it? Oh, it was? Well, now listen, I want you to come here and stand beside me one by one. And that's right. And you can, and I want you to tell us something that was a blessing on the trip. And think about it. You're first.
Yes, sir.
By the way, I can't pinch you because you've got green on, and I'm not going to pinch y'all, but this, I've been pinched by about 20 of these kids today because I didn't wear. But St. Patrick, we found out, really was a true Christian. You heard that. But anyway, he's been hijacked by the Catholics, but the fact of the matter is, he really did love the Lord. Now, I said all that to give you just a little time to think because you're a nicely and you needed a few moments to think, all right? Here we go.
Yes,
Tell us what was a blessing to you.
seeing the teenagers there helping us sing, and at the night service, driving 2 hours away from the First Church, Oxford, from Beaches Road to Oxford, 2 hours away. That was just a blessing seeing them there, all of them.
Amen. They were excited, and I appreciate the way you all greeted everybody and loved on everybody and encouraged everybody, and it made a real witness for Christ. I appreciate it. All right, come on up here, girl. This is my granddaughter, one of them, and God bless her, and she tried to get out of me earlier what I was going to have her do. I said, no, when you get up here, God will help you, so let's go on with it. But tell us something that was a blessing to you.
I had been to England for Christmas when we lived in Morocco, and so I think one of my favorite parts was just getting to see everybody again at Beaches Road and at Oxford, and a lot of them didn't remember who I was. I guess I'd changed over a couple of years, but I was really excited just to see them again and to meet new people also, and like Brad said, the teenagers were just really sweet. So we're friends with them on Facebook and all that stuff now, so it's really exciting, and that was probably the best thing for me.
Good. And you know, they were witnessing to some of these folks who worked in the restaurants and things, and young people waiting on tables. Then amazing things happened, you know. Those kids, especially in Stirling, Scotland, and other places, they wanted to meet them on Facebook and share things. They got an opportunity to talk about the Lord. It's just amazing how God opened things up. All right, very good.
Probably just seeing that young lady that came to meet us at one of the hotels that we went to. That was a real encouragement because you never see people over live stream and stuff. And when she actually came to meet us and how much she had a burden for just Christianity and how she wanted it so bad, it makes you really think about how blessed we are to have everything that we have here, and we should never take that for granted.
Well, I want to talk about Theophily in the message if I can get to preach. But anyway, it was a blessing, wasn't it?
Yes.
Thank the Lord. Y'all were a great blessing. Very good.
My favorite part was definitely visiting the churches because it was wonderful to see how both churches have grown, because we hear about it here, but we never get to see it. So to see it was something really special, and it was really great to serve the Lord with the youth group there by singing with them, because it's very special to me because I love to sing, and then to sing with those kids, it's just like you can serve the Lord together even in a foreign country. It's just really
They
special.
taught us some things too. That children's choir at Beaches Road and some songs they had we had never heard. We brought them back here so our kids could learn them, and they're going to sing them on Mother's Day, and it was a special blessing. It really was. All right, let's come over here. Good, very good.
Oh, like everyone else has said, just getting to see the kids at the other churches was amazing, and they're just like us. The only thing different is that they have a cool accent. But me and the other guys have become friends with the guys that were there, and they're really nice, and it was just amazing to be able to sing with them, and just sporadically, it was great. And also the bus rides were awesome. If we weren't sleeping, we were all just singing, and it was so much fun. I loved all of it.
Good. And my wife told me the very first day, of course, you've grown up here, and I've been calling you John all your life like a little boy. And she says, no more John, it's just one John now for him. But anyway, you remember Micah, Derek and Juliana's little boy, I say this to grandparents here, Derek had him in a room alone with me. I've had a special relationship with him over diaper cream. He's tried to eat so much of it through his life. He's just about 3 years old now, but he was all dressed up beautifully like a little preacher. And his daddy says to us, Derek, why don't you quote Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12? And he said, I don't have my sword. And I said, say that again. He said, I said, I don't have my sword. And I thought that cool accent that you're talking about. Little guy, 3 years old, says, I don't have my sword, you know. He's tearing us up. Come on, buddy.
Well, like everyone else has said, yeah, definitely one of the biggest highlights was going and seeing the churches and seeing the work that this church has started, and it was just really encouraging. There's definitely a different spirit at the church, and not just in the special music and stuff, but the congregational singing. You can just tell the people, they mean it from their heart, and it was really encouraging. And I was really thankful to have the privilege to be able to eat haggis.
That's good.
Which is the inside of a sheep's stomach. And it was good.
It was good for you. Very good for you. Very good for you. Seemed to suit you well, too. Yeah, I'm telling you. Good.
I thought it was really neat to see all the other teenagers there at Beaches Road. There was teenagers at Oxford too, and the passion that they had when they were singing. I remember one boy, they were singing their special just like we were, and he started crying, and they asked him why later. He said, well, that song just connected to us so well. And it's so neat to see the backgrounds they come up and grow from, and they're not different from us at all, and yet we're so shy to go out and talk to them. But once we did talk to them, we just meshed together so well, and conversations just started spewing out, and it was just really neat and encouraging to see all of that.
Good. I appreciate that. God bless you. All right. Here's my man. I didn't think he was going to talk much, but after he got started, it's sort of like my brother. Dr. Robertson said about my brother one day, Stephen, he said, we thought we'd never get him to speak. Then after he started talking, we thought we'd never get him to stop, you know. But anyway, I appreciate all you did in encouraging me and my wife and all of you young people. What was something that really spoke to your heart?
Seeing the churches over there in England, the difference from how much we have here and how little they have over there, and how they're working so hard to just get the bare necessities that they need to run the church, and also how the teenagers and the young people who came from this church over there are so involved in outreach to the community. It was just a real blessing to see how much the Lord was using them over there in England.